My name is Jeff Moody. I began Upward Bound Outreach in 1983. I traveled across the country working with youth in large youth conference settings. In 2010, everything changed after one phone call, asking if I would speak and share assembly programs with troubled youth, at-risk teens who have committed crimes as children, convicted and sentenced by a judge, spending up to 18 and even 36 months in a residential juvenile correctional facility. It's crazy because I realized I had never thought of these kids. In fact, they're the ones I ran away from. It wasn't as if they didn't like me. I think they were waiting for an invitation to know that I cared about them. Here I am before the first group in a juvenile facility, and I realized as I spoke the words, every youth, every child that is born and who grows up in this world deserves to hear the words, "I love you." And I was meeting their eyes. "I'm proud of you. You're a good boy." I was speaking into their heart. I knew at that moment I needed to remove the boundaries that separated me from them and walk amongst them. I needed to shake their hands. There were 23 kids in this room, 10 guards surrounding the confines. But yet I was going to walk amongst them and shake their hands, look them in the eyes, and say 3 words based on John 3:16, "You are loved." That's it. Nothing else. But I was convinced very few would embrace the gesture. I walked to the first boy and I shook his hand. He accepted it. I told him, "You are loved." He said, "Thank you." I saw that day as walls came down. Only because I was not condemning, but I was accepting what I saw in the youth that I know that God loves so much. What do? Who's going to take the next step? Who's going to follow up? There's a disconnect. And I realized over time, we have to bridge that gap. We have to come together. And what we're doing, Michelle, my wife, and I, we're opening a home where we may not change the world, but we can reach 8 to 10 at a time. We can get community together. It's called the Restoration House.
When Jeff started this outreach several years ago, soon after that, letters started pouring in from kids from across the country. It was letter after letter of saying, "No one told me I had hope. No one told me I was loved or I was special." And kids just asking for help. And it was through those letters that we began to realize we needed to do something as a follow-up program. And we looked at our own community and realized we can do something here. We know that through the Restoration House that we will be able to accomplish great things in the lives of youth. And we need the support of our community. We need your time. We need your talents. We need your financial support in order to really launch this thing and begin making a difference. I believe very soon that we will be able to replicate a model of the Restoration House and move into other communities and do the same thing for youth and expand across the country.
We have seen what love can do, and it's time that we bring it here and we allow you to see it for yourselves, because we can't do it alone. We need the help of the community, the support of people who will come alongside and help us obtain every resource that is necessary to help a youth be successful.